Awesome Championship Wrestling returns to the MJN Convention Center in Poughkeepsie on May 17th with Aftershock, presented by Aspire Brewing and Mid-Hudson Pump. In action, you'll see the ACW World Champion Richard Holiday defend his title against Indie God Matt Cardona. The crowning of the ACW Tag Team Championship will take place inside a steel cage as Poughkeepsie's own The Now take on Sent to Slaughter. You'll experience history as the first ACW Women's Champion will be crowned in an elimination match featuring Kelly Madden, Vicky Venuto, Tiara James, Tina San Antonio, and former WWE superstar Indy Hartwell. On the card, you'll also see Real One, formerly known as Enzo Amore, TNA wrestling stars Moose and Mike Santana, ECW legends Tommy Dreamer, Danny Doring, Little Guido, and Joel Gerdner, wrestling legend Crowbar, straight from Jersey Shore Family Vacation, Zach Clayton, and many others. Tickets can be purchased through Ticketmaster, or you can save on fees by visiting the MJN box office in person or buying over the phone. VIP meet and greet packages and more can be found at thisisacw.com.
Gentlemen, welcome into a very special WWE Backlash Predictions panel episode here on BCP Plus. Let's get to it. We have an all-star stellar panel like always, but please let's welcome back to the show. You know him as an A-plus player here on BCP Plus, a senior editor on BCP Plus, the head honcho over at DFPN, the No Gimmicks podcast. The list goes on and on. One of my favorites here, not that we play favorites here on BCP Plus, my good friend, Mr. Kelvin Cayley. Looking good, man. How are you, brother?
Man, thanks for having me back on. It's a pleasure to be back on. Can't wait to get in these predictions.
Yeah, dude, I'm so hyped to have you here. Kelvin's been killing it with his UFL coverage. I always like to throw it back to that Hardy's interview he did not too long ago down in Arlington, where the Hardys are rapping Public Enemy. So if you haven't watched that one yet, check it out over on bcp-plus.com over on the BCP Plus YouTube. Kelvin, thank you for a few minutes of your time, man. I know you always bring it. I'm excited for your theories, but let's talk about someone making her debut here on BCP Plus and long overdue. Please welcome in, you know her from Dynasty Wrestling, and now I think officially the new or filling in ring announcer for TIW Wrestling, our good friend, your friend, Miss Billy Ann Wolf. Billy, what's up? Welcome in. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here, guys. I watch all the time, and I'm finally here. We've been talking about this forever, so thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, long overdue. So I was wondering who was the person that watched this thing. It was you. I kid. But thank you so much for tuning in. I see Jeffrey Yeet. We're going to call him Jeffrey Yeet Fountain in the chat tonight. Magic Mike Ferrer, what's up? Guys, we want to know your theories. We're going to talk WWE Backlash. I've been doing a lot of the podcast reviews after Raw and SmackDown, and I have a lot of feelings on this one. You know, it's always weird coming out of WrestleMania. You know, in my opinion, WrestleMania wasn't as stellar as last year. You know, maybe I'm a little biased because I was over here on the East Coast and I was there and it was like a whole thing. But I mean, you had that magic, you know, Avengers Endgame to finish Cody's story. WrestleMania, not to say it fell flat this year, but it was, you know, it wasn't there. You know, I think on Busted Open, they were comparing it to like The Empire Strikes Back, which I kind of expected. I think a lot of us expected Cena to win. So now we turn the page, a lot of new storylines, a ton of heel turns. I've been listing them. So things are a little bit different. I'm going to use the word interesting going into this. And let's take it to our first match. Let's just get into it because I've been very, very, very critical of this one. And you guys can see the graphic up here. The ring general Gunther taking on Pat McAfee. Guys in the chat, honest opinion on this one. Honest opinion on the booking here. Who you think's going to win? I think Gunther's a strong favorite. Maybe we'll go the other direction. That's just my opinion. I don't want to ramble on too much, guys. I'm going to throw it to you first. I'm just going to say this real quick. I've been very critical of Gunther coming back to attack the commentary team. I'm never a fan, and I've said this many times in the indies, I'm never a fan of the commentary team or the announcers, the ring announcers getting in the ring and performing like that. That's just me. That's just my personal flavor. You know, I try to avoid going near the curtain at times. It's like a respect thing. Pat can go. He had a great match with Adam Cole. So even though he's not a wrestler, has great promos, has dreamed of being a wrestler. He's a great commentator, brings a lot to the table, an A-plus player, like we always say in WWE, but he's not a wrestler. He can go, and he's going to put on a good match with Gunther, but I don't want this match. I'm scared it's going to make Gunther look weak, and I don't think he's going to lose. But if Pat hangs with him, and it's going to make Pat look like a WWE superstar, and that's where I struggle with it. Again, I have a little bit of a bias. I don't love it when the announcers get involved. But before I ramble on too much, Kelvin, I'll throw it to you. Am I getting too much of my feelings about this? Is this kind of odd booking? Am I off base here?
Not at all. not at all. Not by a long shot. I do not like this being Gunther's first match since losing the World Heavyweight Championship. It is, for me, you've already degraded him as a performer because he lost. People were already mad at the way he lost, even though if you go back and do your history, when you put Gunther in the chokehold, he taps out pretty fast. It happened in NXT when he lost the NXT Championship. Then when he lost the World Heavyweight Championship, he tapped out relatively fast. So that I wasn't mad at. What I was mad at is you're going after Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. And for me, Gunther's reign was so good for me. I actually had Gunther's reign better than Cody's in the long scheme of things. His quality of opponent was better for me. His intrigue as a champion was just better for me, even though you could say he was the secondary champion. He was carrying that championship like it meant something. He brought more prestige to it. And him following Seth's reign, I thought he was a really good champion. So to see him go from that to losing to Jay at WrestleMania, then feuding with Pat McAfee, I don't like it. For me, I thought he needs to be strong. That being said, you put him in this match, I need him to destroy Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
So make an example out of him. And when you're done, look in the camera and tell whoever booked this, don't ever do this again, because this will be the result. Gunther, low difficulty. I want it to be a squash. I know it's not going to be, but the more offense Pat gets, the angrier I will be. So I'm going to say Gunther needs to win this match by destruction. That's my prediction.
Thank you, Kelvin. You made me feel better about I don't want to say rants, but me rambling on one. I think LaGreca does rants and then Rob just rambles. Yeah, which
Rambling Rob.
Yeah, right. There's the next T-shirt. Gunther in one, says Jeffrey D. Fountain, says rip in the chat. Yeah, I think Kelvin, you said it perfectly. This is just me, and I'm glad you're with me on this, Kelvin. The more offense that Pat gets, to me, it makes Gunther feel weak. He's Gunther.
Yeah.
And all the points you had about him versus Cody's reigns, I couldn't argue with any of them. So that's a really great point. Before we go to Billy, John Blaine, Around the Ropes podcast. Good evening. Thanks for joining in, man. He's saying, I like it. We get to see a different side of Gunther. I said it last night on my show. Pat gets the shocking win. He's going Pat to pink. I think that would destroy Gunther. That's just my take, John. I'll disagree respectfully. I mean, anything can happen, man. I think I'd be upset if Pat beat Gunther. Billy, we're all over the place here. Maybe I'm in the minority here. I'm getting in my feelings about it. What do you think about this matchup, Gunther versus the announcer Pat McAfee? And do you think Pat has a shot to pin Gunther?
I agree so much with what both of you have said, because the immediate thought I had was just R.I.P. Pat McAfee. Like, period. It has to be, right? He can't. It has to be a squash match. I know he's going to get some offense in, like you said, but yeah, Pat McAfee is not a wrestler. He is an amazing athlete. He's an awesome commentator, just broadcaster in general, podcaster, all that stuff. But he's not a wrestler. And I agree with what you're saying. Like, there's a respect thing. Like, he's not a trained guy who is an actual wrestler. So yeah, I think there's going to be some sort of shenanigans. The Goldberg thing has me a little concerned that.
Oh no.
I know.
That's a good point. No, I'm glad you brought that on. Go on though. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's my other concern. But all in all, Gunther has to win, period.
She brought it up. I forgot about that. I think I said it on the last show. If I say his name like 3 times, it's going to happen. But like, is Gold? I've just heard it so much coming into this and building up to this. Is Goldberg going to be a part of this in some form or fashion? Like, or after this, is this the next opponent for Gunther? I'm just hearing a little Goldberg chatter. I'm not thrilled with all this, but I'm glad we're pretty much on the same page. John Blaine says, though, maybe Pat. Wow, man, I don't know. We can never. All right, let's see what John's saying in the chat real quick. So Blaine is saying Pat gets the shocking win here. I'd be shocked. I'd be floored, man. But John, you're smarter than the rest of us if you get this right, man. Said I wouldn't be upset as we've never seen Gunther without a belt. This could be used to rebuild the character of Gunther. Rebuild the character. I think his character's pretty established, but I've said this title run, it showed me some interesting things because he's always been, even though he's a heel, is respectful of the mat, very put together. He mentioned that in his promo with Pat. He's like, all right, you know what? You're talking all the smack. Like, I will prepare. I will be ready. Like, you're calling me soft. I'll be the old Gunther. But I'm not going to lie. I do kind of like seeing that more savage side of Gunther, like what he did to Jimmy. Like, and maybe that's what they were doing. Like, that's why he was being just kind of a loose cannon and attacking Michael Cole and stuff like that. Again, that wasn't my favorite, but it got us here. Long story short, I think this, and I think someone said it in the chat, I think this is a way to write Pat off TV for a while. I think that's what's happening here.
I do have to add real quick,
please,
one positive that I'm seeing is I think that it's a respect to Michael Cole type of thing. And that's, I mean, I never liked it back in the day when Michael Cole got in the ring either. It was kind of sad.
Oh, gosh.
I think I have PTSD from that whole
yes.
outfit. But it is
not win wrestling fashion.
Yes. If standing up for him, that's kind of cool. But please kill him. Please just crush him.
Yeah. But you bring up a great point. Yeah, the Michael Cole of it all, like he is kind of like the basis for this story. I don't know what was worth Michael Cole in the ring with that outfit or him just loving the Miz for a while. That was the worst, man. And all joking aside, like I'm glad Michael Cole's getting his flowers right now. But you could tell like he's the kind of guy like Pat's cutting the promo and Michael Cole, one of the best dudes. And Cole's, the camera goes to Cole and he's just like, all right, like come on, like I don't like compliments. Like, thank you, I appreciate it. Like, take the spotlight off me.
He showed enough of himself back in the day in that outfit. So
yes, exactly. Yeah, what else is there? What else is there? All right, guys, let's move it on. We're already having a great show so far. Let's talk about this one. I've been very critical of this. Lyra Valkyria versus the man, Becky Lynch, returns, teams up with Lyra. I'm going to run this real quick because I don't want to ramble on too much. They win the tag team championships. Bayley taken out of the equation. The next night, they lose the tag team championships on Raw. I'm not only mad about, I don't want to say mad, but kind of not mad. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed in that because why have them win it at Mania? I mean, I get it at the moment and Becky coming back and then lose the next night. But Jade and Naomi and Bianca, Jade was taken out of the situation. They elevated those titles so much, man. And I don't want to see the hot potato stuff anymore. Liv is going to make a movie right now, so I don't know how long she's going to be gone. And Raquel's got the other title. Like, what's going to happen there? I'm hearing some things. But I digress. This has been, for lack of a better word, interesting. I've been a big proponent of Lyra. I think she's great. I think she's an amazing wrestler. I think she has something endearing about her. I think we just need to find a way for the fans to connect instead of like, she's just a great wrestler, super baby face. And we've been seeing a little bit more from her on the microphone, which I like. We just need that thing. I always talk about Becky when she got her nose broken by Nia Jax. Does Lyra need to get her nose broken or become badass Lyra? I don't think so, but we need something that connects the fans because there's a partner entrance where the fans can participate. She's doing really well on the mic and she's a great wrestler. The team of her and Bayley was something I didn't know I wanted, but they ran through that gauntlet on SmackDown. That was so good. I kind of feel for Bayley. The stuff with Becky, I'll give her this. She comes out and says, hey, we're not going to do Who Shot Mr. Burns with this whole thing. I attacked Bayley. And this is why. We've always been I always say this pro Becky show, like going back over 6 years, however long we've been doing this. There was a Becky cutout in the background. Like, we've always been super pro Becky. And this time I'm not loving the heel reasoning, I guess, right now. Her promos seem heel generic, and I want more. I always talk about the why. I want more dots to connect here. And I think this is ultimately a way for us to perhaps sympathize with Lyra or to garner sympathy from her, perhaps if Becky wins here. I'm not liking the Becky end of things here, but I think she's kind of doing heel 101 so Lyra can kind of rise. I think that's what's going on here. I think it's going to be a really cool match. Lyra's beat her in the past, but I think Becky might win the Intercontinental Women's Championship here. Billy, I'll throw it to you.
Yeah, I think the man's taking it. Unless I was thinking maybe there would be like a Bailey interference to set up some sort of 3-way.
Ooh.
Which I could totally see. I hate that they did the whole thing, by the way. The Bailey being taken out by Becky thing. They just did it with Naomi. Like, come on. Just, it's horrible. But I think that what they're trying to do is elevate Lyra via Ultimate Heel Becky, you know? I just don't think it's working. So maybe if they do a triple threat type of thing, but I feel like Becky is going to take the title.
Yeah, another one's for Becky to take the title. Throw it to Calvin. USDN Jeffrey T. Fountain say, we all know that Becky's taking the belt. Calvin, do we got a 4 here? What are we thinking, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Becky is gonna win this match, but I will say this feud, because I wasn't high on Lyra at all.
Okay, fair enough.
I was not interested in her, but I think this feud has turned me on to, okay, there's something there with her. For me, she's become way more interesting in this feud for me because she's getting her stuff in on the microphone. She actually has a little bit more charisma than I thought she had. She was relatively quiet up until this point. So to see her with a little chip on her shoulder, it actually meant a lot for me to see that from her. And like, okay, I can actually get behind Lyra. I just needed this because everything else is good. She's good in the ring. The fans love her entrance. I just needed a little bit of a chip on her shoulder. And I think we got it from this feud. But in the long run, the Intercontinental title does need a little star power on it. And you've seen with the switch of the U.S. title, which I thought was a mistake because Chelsea is an absolute star. But, you know, they seem to want to elevate both titles. So there it is. Give it to the man. Let her run with it for a while. And that title is going to gain prestige. And if you think about what the Intercontinental Championship means to WWE on the men's side, having it in the hands of someone like Becky can put that championship meaning on the women's side just as much as it was on the men's side. So Becky
should have been Natalya to win that belt in that tournament. That's
should have been
Natalya. I'm just gonna leave that there.
Don't give me Natalya. Give me Natty Neidhart.
Natty.
I'm here for it. That's it. Natty killed it in Bloodsport.
Yes.
She's challenging for the NWA Women's World Championship, I believe, at that Philly show we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
So that's amazing. Hey, Gina, welcome in the chat. Let's get to it right now. We'll pull up the graphic. Here it is. Of course, Gina, this is for you. Your guy, Damian Priest, is going to challenge in a 4-way for Jacob Fatu's Men's United States Championship versus Drew McIntyre and LA Knight. Yeah, there it is. Let's go. I'm hyped. I actually think this is going to be really good. Sometimes I kind of get scared by multi-person matches, but again, it looks like we're sticking with the NXT Black and Gold Takeover format here. We're going to have our 5 matches, so let's get as many people on the card as possible. I'd actually be down for one more match. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the chat, and Kelvin and Billy. Jay and Seth was fantastic, by the way. We got that one for free. I knew it was going to be a schmozz finish, though, because you couldn't have either one of them lose.
Right.
But is Jay Logan Paul official for this? It is not. I don't think it's for this. I don't think so.
It's not official yet. They could. I mean, come on. What
could happen?
I think it could still happen.
I think you could get a 6th one on this card. And if that does happen, short and sweet, I think Jay retains here. I think Logan Paul, but we don't need to spend too much more time on that. But yes, I think right here, I think this is going to be a cool match. I actually like, not necessarily the way this came together, but I like, they're all heavy hitters in this match. They're all hard hitters. I think they're going to beat the you-know-what out of each other. Fatu is just unstoppable. He's been here in the Indies for a long, long time in the Northeast, and he was just so good here. And I love I know we say it all the time. I love seeing him on TV every week and just killing it, not just in the ring, but his promos are so good, and they're so unique, too. Like, there's something about him that's very genuine. I don't know how to describe it. His promo style is just very real. I'm excited to see something come of him and Solo, whether it be a match at SummerSlam or some continuation of the bloodline. Because I can make the argument if we bring the Ulafala back into play and that whole thing comes again, the tribal chief, wars or whatever you want to come in, I can make a strong case for Fatu being the next guy. I can make a strong case for Jay too. But Jeffrey T. Fountain in the chat saying match of the night, Fatu dog walks there. You know what? Wow. Yeah. Wow. So you think this would be like a clinic for Fatu? Ooh. Given the players, I could see that being a possibility. Fatu's going to look the strongest, and he'll put on a bit of a clinic, but I think the other guys will get their stuff in, for lack of a better phrase. But I think Fatu retains here. I don't think there's any way even though he has a 25% chance of retaining, I don't think he loses here. Billy, what do you got on this match for the United States Men's Championship?
Yeah, I think with those three guys, with Drew, with Damian, and with LA Knight,
yeah,
thank you. They could all take a loss for Fatu. Like I would be concerned with other people, but Jacob Fatu is taking it. Like it has to be leading up to a SummerSlam match with Solo. That's what everybody wants to see. So I was kind of concerned. I wasn't really thrilled about this. I'm not a big 4-way match fan, but I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be Jacob Fatu, period. That's all.
I think so. Yeah, multi-person matches can get messy. And then, there is the Solo Sikoa of it all. Maybe he comes out and costs him. Maybe he does interfere. Maybe there's miscommunication. Who knows? We do want to see that. And Solo, again, correct me if I'm wrong, not on Mania, not really in too many matches lately. A low-key MVP of the 2024 cycle season, whatever you want to call with that bloodline civil war. He did a great job. He went from being the heavy, quiet guy to on the mic all the time, the leather jacket, the gloves, the turtlenecks, his whole spiel. So I want to see a little more Solo. I think I want to see a little more Solo. Gina in the chat real quick before we go to Kelvin. I knew you were going to say this, Gina. I have a feeling that Damian Priest, your guy, will win it, and it will become Priest versus LA Knight. I don't know. Damian Priest is doing a good job, Gina. I don't know if I see him right now walking out with that United States Championship, a former world heavyweight champion, though. Kelvin, you think Damian Priest has got a shot here, man?
I think Damian's going to take the pin, if you ask me.
Really? Wow. Just to add insult to you, had to make it sting a little bit more.
I'm sorry.
Don't do that to Gina.
I'm sorry, Gina. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Gina.
I think he's taking the pin.
Call it like we see it, man. I respect it.
Yeah. I'm going all gas, no brakes. I mean, Jacob Fatu. I think this match is built for him to shine because him at WrestleMania, I was there when he came out at WrestleMania. I'm like, this guy is a star. Just watching him walk out at WrestleMania and looking like he owned the entire building. And for him to go from that, winning the title, you don't take it away from him. He walks out of this not unscathed, but he's going to shine bright in this match. I do think this is built for him to walk out of it looking that much stronger, which is a great move. And then you have him versus Solo at SummerSlam. And then, I don't know, you can bring the Ulafala back into play, but just those two and their beef with each other is strong enough that you don't really need the bloodline storyline. It's family drama still, and it's something that Jay warned Solo about. So having that in play as well, because Jay is a champion now, and if he just moseys his way over and tells his brother, look, I told you, don't bring him around. He was trouble. Now you have to deal with your trouble. That story going into SummerSlam is going to make that match hit that much harder. So Fatu versus Fatu, SummerSlam with Fatu coming out of this one, the champion.
Very well said, Calvin. Yeah, you had some great points there, man. Yeah, it doesn't need to be about the bloodline. It doesn't need to be about Ulafal, any of that, man. They can just get right to it, man. You're 100% right on that. Very well said. Let's talk about this one. I'm not going to ramble on for this one. I'm going to let you guys take over first on this one. We have Dominic Mysterio winning the IC championship. I did pick him to win. I love that moment, the little encore where he was told to run back to the ring and gets the pop from the fans. I love that so much because, again, I say this on the show all the time. Yes, I know he's a heel. Yes, I know we're quote unquote supposed to boo or whatever, man. You pay for a ticket, you cheer, you boo, however you want. As long as you don't cross any lines, keep it respectful, obviously. But I think it was the fans saying, hey, you know what? You did a great job as a heel. You did a great job with the Judgment Day. A lot of the kids love the Judgment Day too. Awesome. But they like the kids kind of gravitate to Dominic and Liv and all that too, which I find very interesting. But it was kind of like Dom getting his flowers at WrestleMania, even though he was a heel. And I thought that was really, really cool. But one of my favorites is now challenging for the IC championship. And I know a lot of friends of mine, their kids love Penta, and they were disappointed to see him lose the rest. Dude, I was in college and Ray lost the cruiserweight title match to Matt Hardy, I think. And I'm like, Ray lost, and this is like my first, like I got into wrestling very late. And I'm like, what? He's like the guy, and like he's the good guy, and he lost her. I was kind of heartbroken. And I'm seeing these kids who are much younger than I was really get invested in it, and they really want to see Penta win. I could make a case for Penta to win here. I hate doing the it's too soon and like Dom just won it, but it is too soon and Dom just won it. But I could make a case for Penta here. I'll throw it to you, Calvin. What do you think about this one? Does Dom retain any funny business from Judgment Day?
I think there will be funny business from Judgment Day. And I think Penta's going to win because Penta's going to join Judgment Day.
Stop it. What?
Yes.
What?
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes. What? I think he's going to
Are we just doing hot take? What, are you just trying to? I don't have the words. I wasn't ready for that.
That's a hot take. But yeah, I think Penta's going to win. And Penta's going to join Judgment Day because Dom was the one that wanted him in Judgment Day. And guess what? Dom went after the championship that Finn wanted. And Dom won that championship. This is a perfect opportunity for Finn to screw over Dom and get Penta in the Judgment Day by kicking Dom out. And it would make Dom a very, very beloved face.
And Penta called that from the beginning. That's what Penta said he was going after. And then Dom went and won it.
Yep.
That's crazy, dude. I love it.
Every time I want to argue with Kelvin, you bring, so like, I'm like a facts guy. I'm like a science guy. Like I'm an analytics guy. Like anytime I want to argue with you, like you already cover your bases. You're like, because here's why. Because I do think turning Dom face, and again, the crowd always decides.
Yep.
But turning Dom face, that makes so much sense to me. And like you are connecting a lot of dots. This is like, to me, when you said it, I'm like, no, like this dude's like a merch seller. The kids love him. Phoenix is here. Like there's so many reasons. Like, why would you ever do that? But everything you gave me makes sense. Oh my gosh. Wow. Billy, I can't even talk right now. Billy, do you want to weigh in on this?
How do you follow that, dude?
Yeah.
I love that. That's amazing. My thing I was going to say for sure Finn has something to do with Dom. Finn trying to help and Dom losing. I figured that was going to happen. But to take the next step and say that Penta is joining Judgment Day, I love it.
Wow, man. I don't even know how to respond.
And even if we build up a huge heel Penta, I mean, we could have a face Phoenix brother versus brother one day.
Yeah, you could. And they mentioned the Lucha Bros on television already.
They have multiple.
So we know it's a thing.
Mm-hmm. They call him his brother.
Yep. Yes. Wow, man. Man, I'm playing it safe. Like that's like my whole gimmick. But Gina in the chat saying, I'm feeling Penta will win the IC championship, whereas Jeffrey T. Fountain says Dom retains with the Judgment Day. Man, Calvin, you just threw a wrench.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna keep it straight and narrow here. I think Dom retains with some help from the Judgment Day, but some typical miscommunication. there's been a strong emphasis on Finn and Dom's relationship, where that awkward, like, hey, I'm just kidding, and they get kind of tense. I see Finn obviously challenging Dom down the line, perhaps at SummerSlam, for the IC title. Also, can we talk about, do you guys see the little thing with Finn and Roxanne Perez in the background? There was some chatter online, which is not a source, about perhaps Roxanne Perez taking Liv's spot, defending the tag team championships with Raquel.
I like it.
Yeah, Roxanne's so good. They're all so good. That NXT women's division, unreal.
And without Liv, there's no need for Dom in the Judgment Day. So
yeah, I see. Kelvin, I'm gonna lose sleep over this.
You're killing me, Kelvin. You're killing me.
Oh man, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and change my whole answer on this. Good stuff, Calvin. This is why you're here, man.
Appreciate.
Is it main event time? Yeah, there's just 5, right? We got them all.
Yeah.
All right. So one last time, you can see in the graphic, John Cena defends his undisputed, WWE Championship against the Viper, Randy Orton. And again, this is dismissing all the rockness of it and the soul, selling your soulness of it, and Cena not addressing anything about the Rock or connecting. Again, I always say I like everything. It's a neat little package. I like all the dots to connect. I like nuance. I like Easter eggs. This is not connecting to the Rock or whatever. So I hate being like, oh, let's throw that out the window. But for this conversation, let's throw that out the window for now. If you want to bring it up, you guys certainly can, because I can go on and on about it. It's a little frustrating, but I really like this build between the Orton and Cena part of it. Orton just hitting that RKO from that camera shot. The promo, I thought it was so underrated, did not get enough credit. It's weird seeing Orton as the face. Face Orton is so fun, by the way. I'm like, Bill's finally going to like Orton, but hasn't happened. But babyface Orton is so fun, hugging the kid. Like, he's going in the aisle. The kid's got the Orton shirt, and he's just like this. Like, he's high-fiving at everyone, and he's just looking at the kid like, you want a hug? And then gives him a hug. I'm like, come on. Like,
I'm still worried, though. I'm still worried that he's just going to, snap.
Well, but that's the thing with Orton. Like, he's one person, unquestionably. Even if John Cena is a heel, he could turn heel anytime. On a dime. RKO. Anytime, any moment. You're 100% right. But I love this dynamic, and that promo was so underrated on SmackDown with Cena, where he comes out and they're not just the typical, I'm going to fight you in the cage and you did this and our history. He's like, John, I know what's bothering you. I know why you're making these decisions. I know why you turn it. It's because you're not a dad, because you don't have kids or whatever. I thought, wow, what a great approach, man. Because you really can see how that's changed Randy Orton, man. You would see old stuff with Orton, with the media. You see some of the trouble that he's gotten into, and just how he's grown and matured and become a family man. And he's all about his family. He's enjoying himself in the ring. I thought that was just a great route to go. And Cena didn't give him anything. Cena pushed back on everything. And I love that promo between the two of them, because you could see the range that Randy Orton had. He went from being very serious to getting mad to ripping off his shirt to another RKO on Cena. I love it. I love the build. And I know a lot of old school fans are just like, man, I'm just excited to see the two of them in a ring again. This should be good. Randy Orton, I believe, has 14 world championships. Cena with now the longest reign, or the most, 17 world championships. It is in Randy's hometown. I could make a case for Orton winning here, but I think Cena takes this thing to at least SummerSlam. But this is great that we get to relive this rivalry again. I'm interested in how good the match will be. Cena's going to do his selling, his big moves, but not really do the fan service treatment. Orton's really, really good still. This is not going to be my kind of match, but I think it's going to be good. It's not going to be a big work rate thing. It's not going to be it's probably going to be finisher heavy and false finish heavy, I think. And we're going to get a couple moments in there too. I don't see The Rock. I don't see Travis Scott. I don't see any of that happening, but I think this will be a good match, and Cena retains here. So I'm kind of hyped for this one. Billy, what are your thoughts going to this one? Randy Orton versus Cena one last time.
Yeah, nostalgia is saying I can't wait to see it. I hope it's even better. I hope it is better than the last one. I'm not going to comment on any of that. But anyway, so I agree that I don't think it's going to be a big Travis Scott, The Rock thing, I don't think that's going to happen. But I could see other people coming in. It seems like every match on this card, I've been thinking, oh, there's going to be an interference. But, I mean, it's WWE.
Fair enough.
So, and I love a good interference, so I can do what I want.
Who doesn't, right?
But I'm thinking, and I don't want to say it, but I'm thinking R-Truth.
Ooh.
He keeps popping back up, and I know it's just a comedy.
That's a good point.
No, that's a really good point.
But he could just kind of be tricked into being Cena's little goon, you know? I don't want that to happen. It's also Orton's hometown, so where's Cowboy Bob at? Let's not hurt him.
That R-Truth thing. That's
the R-Truth thing. I've heard a couple rumbles. I got to give credit. I think it might have been like a Simon Miller thing or something that I heard online. That I was like, oh, that hits. I like that. So,
I like it.
But yeah, ultimately though, I see Cena winning. He needs to keep it. The only I could see possibly that Orton could win and they could try to get him up to 17-2. But we have 1 year with Cena. Like, it's not going to happen. Less than a year, obviously. Orton's never going to pass that right now.
Oh man, you got me thinking again. First of all, he got 25 dates now? I know he did that really obnoxious countdown that just like made it sting even more. I hope Joe Henry gets that match, man. I really hope Joe Henry gets his dream match with Cena.
Me too.
I really, really do. That R-Truth thing to me, because they've made a point to show these segments between Cena and Truth, and it's not like they're really having a conversation. It's like Cena says one thing and kind of walks away, and Truth is like, it's almost he's like a yes man, like he's just like, oh, like Cena can do no wrong, and like, you know, he's got this, and like no, it's not like that. He did it. I was just listening to the interview Truth did with CVV about a week ago or a week and a half ago, whatever it was. Maybe it was WrestleMania weekend. I'm trying to remember. And the first question they asked was like, "Oh, your hero John Cena turned heel. Like, what do you think?" And he was silly about it because he was R-Truth, but he didn't give you too much, and that kind of got me thinking earlier today. So I'm glad you brought that up. But there could be something there where the R-Truth comes out, or it's like, "What are you doing? Like, what's this?" You know, distraction, inadvertent distraction, you know, or R-Truth comes and puts a ladder in the ring, you know, who knows, like whatever R-Truth does.
Tags in, you know.
Tags in. Oh, that was so good. That might have been my favorite one. I was there for that. It was so good.
You were there. Oh, I'm jealous.
Oh, man. Before we throw it to you, Calvin, let's go to the chat real quick. Good stuff, Billy. Cena continues to inspire. If he can turn heel, maybe I can too. Cena, no. This role reversal is sending the wrong message. This is the wrong message. It's not the message. Don't turn heel, Dan. We love you. Stay the way you are. Meaning in the chat, I will have Randy Orton is going to win, but Travis Scott comes out and helps Cena, and Bad Bunny comes out. Everyone's coming out to help Orton. Bad Bunny. Oh my gosh. Maybe Bad Bunny will help Damian Priest earlier. We'll see. Good stuff, Gina. Kelvin, man. Orton, Cena, one last time. What do you got here, man?
I want to start by saying I absolutely love that we got this as one of Cena's last matches. I love it because we finally get to see a heel Cena versus a babyface Randy Orton. And I've always wondered how that would go. And I do like the build to this match. I really do. The fact that Orton has shown a softer side of him while still being absolutely vicious, the Viper. I love that because it added another wrinkle to it. That being said, I do think Cena uses that to his advantage. Otherwise, they wouldn't have put it there, right? So it's St. Louis. Maybe his kids will be there to watch him, and maybe John Cena uses that to his advantage. That, or maybe we do get some shenanigans. Maybe we do get Travis Scott coming back to the ring, and maybe Travis Scott gets interrupted by a returning Cody Rhodes with dark hair that we're not expecting.
Dark hair.
The dark hair.
The surprising part.
He hasn't been seen in a long time. Well, he hasn't been seen since Mania. It's plenty enough time to let that blonde run out and that black run back in.
You think he covered the tattoo?
No, I think he kept that. You can't hide that.
Don't start with the black hair thing, because let me tell you, there's a certain current girlfriend in this house, a vicious one who loves her some Cody Rhodes, and she's like, "Oh, he's got to get that black hair back." I'm like, "All right, calm down. I'm right here." As my hair
She's a brilliant woman.
slowly turns gray. But really good stuff, Calvin. You got Cena retain in there?
I got Cena retaining with shenanigans. There's going to be something will go afoot.
Yeah, man, the family aspect and the R-Truth aspect. You guys are so good. That's why you're here, guys. Thank you so much for staying up. I'm very excited again for Backlash. Shameless promo for me real quick. Saturday, 90s Wrestling Con, Morristown, the Men in Sports Arena. Mark Henry's going to be there. I'm very excited for that. Ken Shamrock, who just gets more jacked every time I see him, he's going to be there. It's going to be just a great show. 90s Wrestling Con, you can check it out online. There's some great wrestling all weekend. If you guys haven't, shameless promo, check out Vicky's match with Tessa over on BCP Plus YouTube channel. She's great, one of the best matches of her career. And I'll just say right here, like, Tessa was great with everything. So just really Vicky's best match. I hope everyone continues to check that out, so I don't have to sleep on the couch tonight. And we'll get some of that more shameless promo in. Kelvin, what do you got for us? What's going on? Not USDN, I'm sorry. No Gimmicks podcast, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. So come follow us over at No Gimmicks Podcast. If you're on the Facebook, we have a Facebook page. Come follow us. On Friday morning, we'll be doing our picks over there. So if you want to come over and hang out with us while we get our picks in for this one too, come hang out, have a good time. Otherwise, we have a lot of stuff going on at DFPN, Smoke Pit, Friday night, USDN's dropping. We had Cutting Edge Heroes on earlier tonight. We have a whole lineup of podcasts. So if you ever want to stay in tune with us, DDFPN.com is where you go. We have a range of podcasts that do a bunch of good stuff. I just did a Sinner review for the movie Sinners with my good friend CJ from Nightmares and Nerdscapes, another one of our podcasts. I think it's one of the
name.
Yeah, I love it.
I
love it. He does really good horror reviews. And I had the pleasure of being on there to do Sinners. It's a great show. So please go check it out. He is a dope horror review artist. I really love his work there. So come check us out.
Good stuff, Calvin. I'm so glad you're here, man, and we appreciate you so much. Vince the Voice, real quick. There's an outside shot. Randy Orton could win in St. Louis, but I don't see it. You can't see it. Cena with the shenanigans. I think he'll have a lengthy final year as WWE champion. Yeah, I think that championship run might go all the way to December. I have it at least till SummerSlam right now. Yep. Dan Lehman in the chat. Don't turn heel, Dan. 90s Wrestling Con. Woo. We'll see you there Saturday here in Morristown, New Jersey. Billy, any shameless promo? I saw you got the tap on the shoulder to do some ring announcing as well.
Yeah, just today, last minute, they needed somebody to cover. And so, yeah, I'll be at North Adams, Massachusetts for TIW, Truly Independent Wrestling, doing my live ring announcing debut. I've only done tapings thus far, so let's see how this goes.
You got this. You got this. Never.
Oh, dude, I'm looking forward to it. I've been going to their shows for a long time. Big fan, and I did commentary for them once, so this will be my first in-ring stuff, though. What else do I got? I had to write it down because I don't remember things at this time of night. I get up at 5 a.m.
Same.
Oh yeah, May 31st, Off the Rails. I'm coming down your way, man.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Doing commentary for Off the Rails down in Elmwood Park, New Jersey, with DJ Storms and what is that? ECPW.
Oh, ECPW. Okay.
Nice.
Yep. And then the Dynasty. They're my home. They're my love. So the Dynasty, we're doing Schenectady Pride on June 1st. Sounds Gay 2. Sounds Gay, I'm in 2. That's what it's called. Sounds Gay, I'm in.
I love that.
Thank you. So we're gonna have a blast there, and then the Dynasty, our next big show. We got a lot of cool storylines going right now, but our next big show is Light Up the Sky, June 21st in Rotterdam, New York. So check us out. And dude, thank you so much for having me. And shout out to Vicky because she is one of the main reasons I got into independent wrestling, was watching her down in Jersey. I've been a fan since day one. So shout out. And hopefully that keeps you off the couch tonight, bro.
That's pretty much it. Bonus points for no, that's awesome. I love that. That's so cool to hear, and I will relay that to her first thing in the morning. That's so cool. I love that. That's why I love it. Guys, support independent wrestling. We all will love it. Kelvin's down in Texas. Some great stuff down there. We got shout out Brandon down in Texas as well. Hybrid School. There's so much great wrestling. Please support independent wrestling, guys. I'm going to awkwardly play the sponsorship, so this will lock you guys out. So I will message you guys good night. But thank you guys for staying here. Billy, Kelvin, always killing it. Billy, hell of a debut. And guys, like we always say here on the BCP, everyone stay safe, stay positive, take care of each other. We out. Peace. Last time is. BCP is brought to you by our favorite store, Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, located in the Englishtown Flea Market in New Jersey from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, and online at FunkensteinWrestlingSuperstore.com. Get your favorite wrestling merch, retro video games, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, so much more. It's our favorite store. Thank you, Heather and Dan, for sponsoring the BCP. Also got to welcome back our sponsors, the No Gimmicks Podcast, the podcast that keeps it 100% real 100% of the time. Check out our guy Kelvin only on the No Gimmicks Podcast. Wrestling All Day, All Night is the best wrestling discussion group on Facebook. We provide more of a community feel here and have wrestling fans introduce other fans to something they may not have seen before, such as old school wrestling, indie wrestling, Japanese wrestling, and so much more. We also strive to be a source of information regarding upcoming wrestler meet and greets and signings. And remember, we're open 24/7, all day, all night. Be sure to follow on socials and join the group on Facebook at Wrestling All Day, All Night. Welcome back our sponsor, Sweet Chin Musings. Sweet Chin Musings is the creation of the reigning, rarely defending, highly disputed champion of wrestling podcast, Mr. Perfect, Mike Mueller, and his tag team partner in crime, Luke Kudialis. SCM focuses on the in-ring product of WWE and AEW, no dirt sheet rumors here, as well as backstage news, predictions, and analysis of characters, storylines, and major pay-per-views. Old school fans, don't worry, we have you covered as well, with a look back on classic matches, top 10 lists, and interactive tournaments that let the fans decide who is truly the best of all time. You can find them at Facebook at Sweet Chin Musings, and check out the podcast on all major podcast platforms. Please welcome back our sponsors on the BCP Plus and the podcast, GPW Productions. GPW provides your promotion or event with top-tier video, audio production, live streaming, and more. I can personally vouch for them in saying they are hands down the best production company I've ever worked with, as they have and continue to work with the likes of AEW, GCW, StarCast, MLW, not to mention the majority of the local independent promotions here in the tri-state area. They can even help you film a vignette or promo for your persona or gimmick. And guess what? GPW doesn't just work in wrestling. No, they cover MMA, boxing, basketball, or any other sporting event as well. On a personal note, I'd like to thank Mike Sesko, Frank Leone, O'Neil Andros, and the team for giving me multiple opportunities to work with them and some of the best talent in the world. Thank you, GPW, and guys, book GPW for your promotion or event today at contact@gpwproductions.com. Please welcome back one of our favorite sponsors, Mania Club. Established in 2015, Mania Club is a WWE recognized community for fans with an eclectic love for both the world of professional wrestling and raising money for Connor's Cure. During WrestleMania weekend, we host the official tailgate of WrestleMania while also celebrating the life of Connor McCollum. They are the single largest donor within the V Foundation for Connor's Cure, with over $150,000 raised. Please donate and join the Facebook group over at Mania Club on Facebook. Donate at jimmyv.org/Mania Club. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for the months of May and June, J. Adam Photography. Jay provides quality, artistic, innovative photography with a quick turnaround time. Be sure to check out his latest ISPW wrestling pics and much more stellar content. Right now, wrestlers can do a special portrait shoot with Jay in Sparta, New Jersey for just $50. Contact Jay at Jay Vogel on Facebook and be sure to follow him across socials. Thank you, Jay, for sponsoring the BCP. Guys, let's welcome in our new pod sponsor, Cooper Groove Grips. When you play Cooper Groove drumsticks, you get increased sensory feedback from your hands, so your grip will naturally loosen, but you have complete control. With that taking place, you don't have fatigue and soreness, which can lead to long-term issues. Guys, as a drummer, Cooper Groove is my drumstick of choice. Sweaty hands aren't a problem. Grip is good. Don't forget to check out their amazing Cooper Groove bats coming out soon. Guys, follow at Cooper Groove Grips on Facebook. Guys, please welcome in our new podcast sponsors, ISPW Weekly. where we dive deep into the world of ISPW, the crossroads of professional wrestling. Join Jumpin' Jay and Total with Tom every week as they interview the stars of the ring, uncover their stories, rivalries, and the electrifying action that defines ISPW. Be sure to check out ISPW Weekly on the ISPW Facebook page every week. Please welcome in our new pod and daily site sponsor, Twisted Shamrock Studios and Spa, located in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Twisted Shamrock is a retro spa experience for the average Joe and Jane. Meet the next evolution of recovery and relaxation. Right now, you can try their introductory offer, where you can try a core service to include massage, skincare, facial, stretch therapy, body slimming, toning, personal training, and spray tanning for 30 minutes for just $30. This is perfect for our wrestling pals as well. Book today. Call 484-574-8868 or visit www.twistedshamrockstudiospa.com. Guys, please welcome back our returning podcast sponsor, USDN. USDN Podcast is run by USDN Chairman and the Council of Nerds. We bring you all the latest news and rumors from the world of nerds and consolidate it right here at the U.S. Department of Nerds. USDN is for the people, by the people, and of the people. Follow them at facebook.com/US Department of Nerds. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for 2025, the Ropes and Riffs Podcast, featuring Maestro John Kiernan, speaking with the stars of professional wrestling about their in-ring, tunage, gear, and so much more. Check out John's interviews with the likes of Lince Dorado, Mercedes Martinez, and so much more. Find the Ropes and Riffs Podcast on all major podcast platforms. Guys, please welcome in our new podcast sponsor, EM Collectibles, featuring live signings, collectibles, toys, and more. Be sure to follow them on Facebook and stay tuned for their upcoming events. Upcoming events right now, March 8th, Hernando Toy and Comic Show, the Hernando County Fairgrounds live signing with Super Crazy. March 22nd, Neg Dog Championship Wrestling presents Music and Mayhem in Hudson, Florida with special guest Super Crazy. March 29th and 30th, 2025 Syracuse Collectors Con in Syracuse, New York with Bill Alfonso, Gary Wolf, and the quintessential stud muffin Joel Gertner, March 30th only. April 5th, New England Fan Fest, and we'll have Buff Bagwell. April 13th, 2025, our premiere show, Bring Back the Memories Toy Show, and May 10th, our renowned 90s Wrestling Con in Morristown, New Jersey, guest to be named soon. BCP is sponsored by Warriors of Wrestling. Saturday, May 10th at Most Precious Blood Church in Brooklyn, New York, featuring former TNA superstar James Storm. Also featuring The Allfather, Darius Carter, Danny Moff, Chris Steeler, TJ Marconi, Warriors champ Roger Mendez, Danny Storm, Mike Titello, and a whole lot more. Get your tickets now at warriorsofwrestling.com. BCW and Shadow Wrestling Alliance present Anniversary 8, a Jurassic celebration honoring the life of Vince Steele. Live Sunday, May 25th at the Mecca in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Doors at 5, bell 6 time. Get your tickets